Hey, what's up, traders? Mike here with the watch list video for Wednesday, November 29th. There's the SPY daily. Kind of had a nice pop, but ended up closing probably about in the middle of its range. It was pretty choppy. My two favorite calls from today, one was from Matt D, which I feel like I say in every video, AFRM. You see it had a nice continuation day. How did he call it? The early high was 30.42. Right here it comes up and goes to 30.68 right there. Came back down. He called a second mouse through 30.50, which happened right where my cursor is, 30.50. And it ended up going to 33.05, so a $2.55 move on about 40 cents risk. And I actually made one of the calls too. That was my favorite. W, again, we had this on watch because it broke out yesterday. See that horizontal line broke above that range, so we put it on watch today. But more importantly, as day traders, what's the setup? Topped out at 52.98, came back down. Over the mic, I said I liked it back over 53. In other words, take out the high of day, take out the whole number, and yesterday's high was like, what, 53.11. So a good chance to take out yesterday's high, and it actually, absolutely, squeezed into the close. So that was a $4.14 move on about 60 cents risk. So those were a couple highlights from today, and it just goes to show, you know, why you want to have stocks that have a good chance of continuing the next day, and then you want to wait for A-plus setups on an intraday basis. So anyway, there's a couple highlights. Let me put up my normal announcement that I do every day. So there you go. Just goes to talk about, we watch stocks that are in play, right? But we only trade on an intraday basis. I'm in cash every night. Feel free to pause the video if you haven't seen that yet and read it. So what are the in-play stocks that I'll be watching tomorrow for potential trades? HNRA, I mean, look at that volume. Over almost 46 million shares. Big pop today. We'll see if it gives any kind of setup again tomorrow. ESGL, look at this intraday. So gaps up, sells off, sideways all afternoon, and then rips in the afternoon. So then when you go back to the daily, and let me zoom in a little bit. I went the wrong way, sorry. All right, finally. Topped out at exactly 150, so we got a potential half number inflection point tomorrow. That would be a break of today's high. Ended up closing slightly below its open, but still certainly worth, let me pan back out now, certainly worth keeping an eye on tomorrow. Maybe my favorite one is this lemonade again. I love this over 18. Today's high was 17.68. Yesterday's high 17.95, this high 17.94, and then you've got this 18.23 back here. Love the volume, and it's just really kind of flagging below that 18 number. So that's probably my favorite setup. BYON, which is the old overstock. Put a horizontal line there. It's right up near a potential breakout area. It reminds me of W before it broke. TDOC is Teladoc, which actually trying to kind of started a little mini breakout today. We're going to see if we get a continuation set up in that one tomorrow. ASST. Yesterday popped to $1.02. Today topped out at 89. I like it over today's high. If it gets over like maybe 90 cents, good chance it goes and challenges and maybe takes out that $1.02. BITF. 99% certain this is Bitcoin related. Had a pop back here and then big volume today, and it's right near kind of breakout territory. KOD, it's still kind of just flagging here. Looking for a potential breakout. RDHL, massive rip today. Let me pan out and kind of give you a little bit better look. Massive rip today. Topped out at 279, closed at 228. Definitely as a day trader, we want to watch that one. IMVT, you can kind of picture a little trend line here. If you follow my cursor, I didn't draw one. I tried to break that trend line today on decent volume. We'll see if it gives a setup tomorrow. CAPT, look at this. At the open, well, not quite at the open, but about an hour in, just tanked. But ended up closing kind of strong, so that one, it has my attention again. Today's high, 409, and yesterday's high, 483. I like this maybe if it gets a proper intraday setup back through 4, knowing that today's high is 409. VFS, you guys know I got to zoom in on this one, right? Get that big pop out of there. So the most recent high was back here on November 9th, at 734. Today's high 714. Decent look on this one. We'll see. We'll see if it gives us an A+ setup. That's VFS. MSOS, which I believe is the marijuana ETF. I think Kevin P pointed this out in chat today. I put it in my notes because it's kind of interesting back through 7, right? Today's high 7, this most recent high 702. So you kind of have a nice tight range. We'll see it, especially if there's any pot news tomorrow or anytime in the near future. I love that over 7. ICCM, big pop today. We'll see if we get it set up tomorrow. FTCH, nice little mini breakout today. SPRC, after this pop, 2 days lower on declining volume, goes on bounce watch. And then a couple potential gappers. GME, which is GameStop, closed at 13.49. As I'm talking to you, the after hours still open for another 45 minutes. But this closed at 13.49. As I'm talking to you, it's trading at 15.10. So potential gapper tomorrow. And then AMC. Remember, these all used to go together as a group. Closed at 670. As I'm talking to you, it's trading at 695. So not quite the big move on AMC. But anyway, that's it. We'll add gappers in the pre-market as we always do. And that's it for me. I'll see you guys in chat in the morning.